Hi everyone, welcome to the third video in the Building Your Balance exercise series. As you may recall from the first two videos, safety is a priority, which is why we encourage you to have a safe corner with a walker or a chair in front of you. We want you to safely challenge yourself with the abilities that you have today. All of these exercises are focused on improving your balance by strengthening the muscles and nerves in your legs as well as your inner ear function, and addressing really specifically the ankles, the hips, and the stepping strategies that are required for you to sustain your standing balance. Let's go ahead and warm up with those big hip circles like we've done in the previous two videos. 30 seconds each direction. It's kind of nice, those big hip circles, get us warm, get us loose, get those muscles thinking about what they're going to be working on when it comes to balance in the next few exercises. But most importantly, it puts a little fun in our functional exercise. A few more seconds left and we'll switch directions. Great job. And relax there. Switch directions, big hip circles. Equal weight shifting between right and left, feeling the movement of each of those hips. Perfect. Halfway there. Great job. Moving on to the standing calf stretch exercise. What you will do is put your hands up against the wall, heel down, knee straight, lean into the wall, 30 seconds. During this stretch, you should feel a gentle pull in your calf muscle, or the muscle on the back of the lower leg. Since you've been working on this exercise in the previous two videos, you might really have to lean into that wall to feel a good stretch. If that's the case, congratulations and good work. A few more seconds left. Great job. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same exercise, opposite side, heel down, knee straight, 30 seconds. Let's begin. Feel that good pull. Fantastic. The repetition of flexibility exercises are really critical to your balance, particularly these ankle muscles. They have a tendency to get quite tight in folks living with MS. A few seconds left. Great job. Let's go ahead and transition to some balance exercises. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do those forward weight shift exercises, heel and toe rocking. Go ahead and start, 30 seconds. We've been doing this for quite a while now, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, geez, this is getting pretty easy. And if so, that's wonderful and good work. You can make it increasingly challenging by adding those head movements to this exercise, by talking on the phone, by doing another task on top of the balance task. That's realistic, that's functional. We want balance to be something that works for us in the background while we are doing our functional daily tasks. Great job. And you just saw how it is a little bit harder to do those balance exercises while you're talking. So recognize those layers, add challenge, and as long as it's appropriate and safe and you're in your safe corner, go ahead and give it a shot. Moving on to those staggered weight shifts, one foot in front of the other, as we've done in the previous videos, rocking from the front leg to the back leg. Pause and repeat, let's go. If you want to make this a little more realistic and applicable to walking, we can add a little bit of arm movements with this as well. Also adds another dimension of coordination, which is kind of interesting. Great job. We're halfway there. Perfect. A few more seconds and we'll transition to the other leg. Perfect. Switch. Right leg, left leg, weight shifting. Here we go. Again, you can do those arm movements as an additional option to add some challenge. Otherwise, you're welcome to keep your arms at your sides. I should remind you all though, anytime you add that layer of challenge, be sure that you also ensure that safety is a priority. Safely challenge yourself at any given time. Perfect. And rest there. Progressing from our ankle balance strategy exercises and our hip balance strategy exercises, we're going to work on those stepping strategies. So let's first start with our stepping forward, or the front steps. So alternating right and left, 30 seconds. Here we go. And similar to the other suggestions to increase intensity or increase challenge, you can increase the pace. You can add a layer of complexity by also adding a cognitive challenge or another motor challenge of moving the head or turning the body. You're doing great. A few more seconds and relax there, transitioning from the front steps to back steps. So just like we may lose our balance and have to take a step to the side or take a step forward, we also may need to take our step back in order to recover safely. So let's go ahead and do alternating back steps. Right leg, left leg. Here we go, 30 seconds. People may find this is harder. This could be much harder than that front movement. That's very common. And the reason being is we don't move backwards very often unless we have to. So practicing this will familiarize your body that might feel a bit unfamiliar at times for this movement to become more familiar, become more reactive and responsive to your needs in relation to balance. Perfect. Switching now to lateral steps or side steps. Last exercise before we take a break to work on those stepping strategies for balance like we spoke about. Take a step to the right, back to the center, and the left back to the center. Let's go ahead and start, 30 seconds. Repeat the movement. Repetition when it comes to balance is so critical. So the more that you can do this, the more your body will become familiar with these movements. Fantastic. We don't want the only time that it's introduced to these movements is when you are in a situation where your balance is compromised. So really try to practice these. Be proactive. Wonderful. We are done with the first half of the Building Your Balance, video 3. I'm going to allow you guys to take a quick break, get a drink, refresh yourself a bit, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back from the break. I hope you were able to take a quick rest and get a drink. We're gonna finish strong with the last half of the exercises. Let's go ahead and begin with a hip flexor stretch. Same position that you assumed for the calf stretch, but what we're gonna do is squeeze that buttock and tuck your tailbone under so you really feel a pull through the front of your thigh. 30 seconds, let's begin. So really squeeze the cheek, feel that pull. If you need to lean into the wall a little more to deepen that stretch, certainly do. Hip flexor mobility is really important, not just for balance, but if you're someone who sits a lot as part of your work or part of your general mobility, it's important to keep those hips loose. Final few seconds and we'll switch over to the other side. Great job. Same position as that calf stretch, heel down, knee straight. Squeeze the buttocks, tuck the tailbone under, let's begin. Again, you should feel that pull through the front of the thigh and that hip flexor muscle. Lean in as you need to deepen that stretch. Good tall posture, try not to lean into the wall, but stay nice and tall. We have a few seconds left. Should feel good and loose. Perfect, and relax there. Let's transition over to some balance exercises. All right, going back to that weight shift exercise, forward, backwards. Here we go, heels to toes, really feeling that weight shift, exploring that base of support, understanding how changes in the position of your feet and of your legs affects the entire leg. Also remember, it's okay if your toes don't go up all the way, just a simple weight shift back is great. I know we've been working on a lot of these balance exercises for a lot of weeks now. Congratulations, we are excited and we look forward to hearing from how these exercises have changed your abilities. Moving on to the next exercise, the staggered weight shift. One foot slightly in front of the other, weight shifting from front to back, keeping both legs on the ground. Here we go, 30 seconds. Right and left. You don't have to bend those knees too much, just a nice rocking motion. Remember, there is an optional arm movements as well, or adding on that cognitive challenge by talking, turning your head, moving your arms. Just remember, with challenge comes safety. Great job, a few more seconds. And we'll switch over to the other side. Perfect, great job. Here we go, stride on the other side. Start with the weight on the back leg, 30 seconds, let's begin. Add that arm movement for a little more challenge. And again, kind of teasing in to working on gait exercises, gait and mobility exercises, as well as balance. Final few seconds. Great job, you guys. Rest here. Let's work on the final exercises that really emphasize those stepping balance strategies. We'll start with the front steps. Alternating right, back to the center, and left. 30 seconds, we are going. Perfect. You can increase the challenge and intensity by the dual task options that we've been suggesting along the way. You can also try to increase the pace. Good job. A few seconds left, and we'll transition over to back steps. Perfect. Back stepping exercise. Go ahead and reach back to center, alternating sides. 30 seconds, let's begin. As a reminder, as these exercises become easier, and that is the intention, for these to become easier and to feel more comfortable, please remember to check in with these exercises. Make sure that even if you decide to not do them as often, that you're still tuning up and making sure that you're still able to sustain these ability levels. And if for whatever reason there is a slight decline, you know you can always check back in with these exercises and tune back up to your current ability. Last but certainly not least, those side steps. Each direction, 30 seconds. Here we go. Perfect. You're welcome to bend that knee and lunge a little if you wish, but not required. Do what you feel comfortable. Do what feels safe. You're doing great. This is the final few seconds. And the last exercise, which is reason to celebrate. Congratulations, you finished the last exercise and the last video in Building Your Balanced series. Again, reach out to Can Do MS. Let us know how these exercises have affected you and hopefully improved your life. Thanks so much for joining. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your functional fitness exercise classes. Don't forget we have meetups every month on Zoom to address any questions you might have and really take a deeper dive into these exercise routines. Come and join us for our next monthly meetup.